Who is scarier, Palpatine or Dave Filoni when you get Star Wars lore wrong?
I honestly think possibly Dave, because that disappointment, you feel it in here. And I've been on the side of that. You know, there's a story that is told, because I guess I told it one time too often, where I caught him in a continuity gaffe the first time we'd ever worked together. And it wasn't something that he wasn't going to catch. He knew it, but I caught him in this little continuity thing. And the stories that I haven't told are the times that he has caught me in all kinds of stuff. Hey, what if this character does this? Well, now you have to understand the corporate alliance is not part of the Trade Federation, Sam. So no, you can't say that. Of course you can't say that. Because you have to understand the vault on Scipio is empty. There's no credits, and that's because that's all gone to the Death Star, which is happening over in the Geonosis system, but no one knows that. And that's about to be moved to a different system. And you're just like, that's not... Yes, Star Wars is happening right here, and I better get on the train.
You asked me if I knew what species this guy was. I was like, I'm not playing that game with you, Dave Filoni. No, thank you. Now, last question for you. You've voiced Darth Maul for some time. What's the key to bringing depth and really humanity to a character like that?
Definitely putting yourself in his shoes, because our show does that, his metal shoes. But it's all about opinions. It's all about perspectives. Because this show that I've been now working on for a year asks a lot of questions. For example, Maul knew that Palpatine was going to bring about some form of new order, some empire. Now that it's here, is this what Maul expected? The color just sucked out of the universe? How does he feel about that? You know, like it's all mechanized now? It's a little strange. How does Maul feel? What is his perspective about the Jedi Knights now that they're all gone and he hasn't seen or heard of any of them? And Kenobi is likely dead. How does he feel about that? Is it a surprising perspective? How does Maul train an apprentice?
Right.
Not how do the Sith do it, not how Palpatine does it. How does Maul do it? Because he has a very unique perspective on those things. And so we get to explore a lot of really interesting things, and we get to go and do some things that I've always wanted to do with the character. But Dave always said, you know, I'd say, Dave, can we do this? And he goes, cool idea, but we can't. This is not his show. He said that to me a few times in our time working together. Little did I know he was planning that in the future that Maul would have his own show so that we could take a little bit more time and do some stuff that I've thought about for the long time.